Hey, everybody. This is Coos. I'm here with Gamecock Chuck. He's a South Carolina fan. Also has his own YouTube channel called Gamecock Chuck. Go check it out. Please subscribe and like his videos. I've got his Twitter handle along with my Twitter handle along the bottom of the screen. You can find him at Gamecock_Chuck, and you can find me at Coos206 over on Twitter. Chuck, how you doing?
Oh, doing great, man. How you doing?
Doing well. I appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedule to join me.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I've been looking forward to getting on here and collaborating with you a little bit.
What I wanted to ask you about, man, is West Virginia's, a few days ago landed a big commitment from Erik Stevenson, who's coming over from the Gamecocks, spent 1 year there under Frank Martin. I think he has a year of eligibility left, and I guess he's going to spend that in Morgantown, playing under Coach Huggins and the Mountaineers. But I just wanted to kind of bring you on, man, since I don't know anything about this guy, and let you kind of give your take on what kind of guy we're getting.
All right, yeah. Erik Stevenson, he's a 6'4" guard out of Washington State. He's got like I said on my video, he's got a smooth stroke. He's not afraid to shoot the three ball, not afraid to get in the lane and mix it up with the bigs. He's just an overall great guy, man. He's a talent. Y'all getting a very talented player, a guard. One knock on him this year so far from a lot of the Gamecock fans this previous year was the amount of shots he took. Like I said, he's not afraid to shoot. If he's open, he's going more than likely he's going to shoot a three ball.
Yeah.
And but he's got a good mid-range shot, good smooth stroke from the 3-point line. He's a career 31% 3-point shooter and a career 36% field goal percent shooter. So, like you said, he's got 1 year eligibility as far as I know. I don't think he has any other because he spent 2 years at Wichita State, 1 year at Washington, and then 1 year with the Gamecocks. So I don't think he has any more eligibility after this year. So
what's he like on the defensive end of the floor?
Oh, he's pretty solid, man. I like him. Like I said, he's real scrappy. He's not afraid to get in the offensive player's face and disrupt them. Steal the ball. I mean, he's very good at stealing the ball. I think he's pretty solid on the D. I think he's going to fit in well with Bob Huggins and his style of press Virginia. So
yeah. Well, I was looking at his stats a few days ago, and I don't have them in front of me at the moment. I should, but I don't. But if I remember, I think he's a pretty good rebounder as well, if I'm not mistaken, isn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty solid at rebounding as well. I mean, he don't snag a bunch of boards. I think he gets about 5. I think it is.
Yeah,
maybe 5 a game.
Yeah,
something like that. I mean, he's pretty solid for a guard play. He's not, like I said, he's not afraid to get in there and crash the board. I mean, he fit, like I said, he's a Bob Huggins type of player. He's not afraid of contact, not afraid to get in there and mix it up with the bigs. He don't back down from nobody.
Yeah, that's good because our leading rebounder on the team last year was averaging between 5 and 6 a game, and he was a big. So 5 out of 5 for a guard is pretty good in my book. Especially,
I won't say that's what it is. I'm not sure.
I think you're right. I think you're right because I was thinking it was pretty high up. To me, it was a big number for a guard.
Well, the reason why that's probably too high is because our bigs down low didn't do a whole lot this year. So, so it was kind of like
yeah.
That's one thing that kind of hurt us this year and probably brought his stats down some because, they relied on him to shoot the deep ball a lot. There wasn't no working the ball inside out. So he took a lot of contested shots too. So
I lied to you. I did have him in front of me. I forgot. I had printed this out. And you're right. It's 4.7 a game. So right around that 5 mark. And 2.8 assists a game. Which, doesn't sound like a lot, but for a guy who's a shooter, has a shooter's mentality.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
36.9%
36.9% from 3. Now this was last season. Now this was a 1 year just for his one season in Columbia there. And then 11.6 a game scoring. So to me, I'll be honest with you. We're losing Sean McNeil, who was our 3-point shooter. He was averaging between I think around 10 or 11 a game. And it's almost like we're replacing Sean McNeil with a guy who's got probably a similar player. But honestly, I think from what I'm reading about Stevenson, the one knock on Sean McNeil was he wasn't that good on the defensive end. And he was not, he wasn't pulling down 5 boards a game either. So we may actually be upgrading potentially at that position. So
Yeah.
I like about it.
Yeah, I can see that. Like I said, he's a pretty good player. I like him. I liked him while he was here. I didn't have a problem with him shooting. I mean, he's not. He didn't knock them all down, but I didn't have a problem with him shooting. If he's open, I don't have a problem. So
absolutely. Well, and that's what
Martin didn't either. So
hey, Hugs told McNeil and Sherman, our two scorers, if you're open, if it's within the flow of the game, shoot the ball. Flow of the offense, shoot it. You two guys are my scorers. If you're a scorer, that's your job, is to score the basketball. So most coaches, to me, if you're a coach worth a hill of beans, if you got a guy who's an elite scorer, that's who you want shooting the ball, right? Now you don't want them chunking up bad shots, obviously, but as long as they're shooting shots within the flow of the game and within the flow of the offense. Now, what kind of shooter is he off the dribble? Is he more of a spot up shooter, or can he create his own shot?
I think he's more of a spot up shooter.
Okay.
But like I said, he's not scared to drive it in the lane and contest with the big guys.
Right. So he can score inside as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not just a shooter only.
No, he just don't stand out there on 3-point line and wait on the ball. No, he's all over the court. So
good. Yeah, that sounds like he has a lot of similarities to McNeil, who we're losing.
Yeah.
And just maybe a little better on the defensive end than what McNeil was.
Yeah, and if y'all ever have the game on the line, that's the guy you want from on the free throw line is Stevenson.
Yeah, what did I read somewhere that he was like 98% or something?
98.4%. He was 61 or 62 from the free throw line.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Before he got to South Carolina, though, he was only shooting like 78, 79%. So that goes to show you he's working on his game, both the free throw line and everything else. So
that also feeds right into Bob Huggins wants guys who want to work hard, put time in away from, not just at practice, but when they're on their own time. He wants them to be in there working on their game, and that's the kind of player. And it sounds like Erik Stevenson's that guy.
Oh yeah, to increase your free throw percentage that much, yeah. What's that? Almost 20%.
Yeah, you don't do that. You don't do that with luck. No way.
Yeah, but no, he's got a smooth free throw shoot. I mean, that's the guy y'all want on the line. If the game's on the line and you have to get the ball inbounds, that's the guy you want to get it to.
Awesome, man.
I never had to worry about him missing a free throw hardly.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely not. Well, listen, since you are a Gamecock fan, we have a little bit of a connection with your former coach Frank Martin was used to work for Bob Huggins at Cincinnati and then at Kansas State. You probably knew that, but I want to get your take real quick on because us Mountaineer fans, we were hoping that when Frank Martin got let go at South Carolina, he would come to West Virginia and join our staff. Obviously, that didn't happen. He's now at UMass. But what was your thoughts? Just give my viewers your thoughts real quick on the Frank Martin firing. What's your opinion about that?
Well, to be honest with you, I kind of was surprised, was shocked. Actually, my oldest son shot me a message. Hey, Frank got fired. I was like, what? Because I was in disbelief because I like I said, I like the guy. I like his style of coaching. I like his in your face kind of style. So to say, like I told you earlier, I'm a Marine vet, so I'm used to that, and I like that. I think the kids today need that kind of discipline and that kind of coaching style to kind of humble them, I guess you could say, because we live in a world where a lot of kids are more about the trying to get everything handed to them, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I like Frank the way he tried to mold these young men, not only just on the court, but off the court. And, the Gamecock faithful, from what I've read online, social media and everything, I'd say it's probably about 60-40 split, in my opinion. People wanted to get rid of him. 60%, 40% was wanting to keep him. And I was actually part of the 40% because, like I said, I really like his style and what he brought to South Carolina.
That surprised me. Of course, I didn't read. I'm not a Gamecock fan, so I don't keep up with it that closely. But some articles I read made it sound well. I don't know about the fan base, but I know the players, the remaining players, were not happy about it. From what I read,
they were not happy about it. That's why we have, I think 6 or 8 transfers, I believe.
Yeah,
yeah. So a couple of the players walked out whenever the AD was basically telling the players that Frank was being fired, basically. So
yeah, I read that. That's the article I was referring to. I read that article, and a guy, I can't remember his name. He was a senior on the team, and he was like, "This doesn't apply to me." And he got up and walked out of the room with the AD talking, and I'm like, "Man, that's."
Yeah, James. That was James Reese. That was James Reese the fifth. Yeah,
he had a point to prove, man. He was like, Coach Martin's my guy, and I'm not going to sit here and, And I thought, man, that says a lot. I hear a lot of one of the things that West Virginia fans, some of the fans out there that think Bob Huggins needs to retire or be fired or whatever, they think the game's passed him by. They think his coaching style doesn't work anymore. And I don't think that's true, man. There are still young men out there who want to be coached hard.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion, you just got to go find – they might be harder to find than they were 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Because there's probably not as many of them. But they're still out there. And people like Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, I mean, those two guys are cut from the same cloth. Like I said, Martin trained under Huggins, man. And they love their guys. They're like father figures to these young men. Just that doesn't mean they can't be hard on them. Yeah. But what the fans don't see is behind the scenes, how much they love them and care for them and want to help them out and do things for them. And I think Frank Martin is a lot like that as well.
Yeah, he was like that. I mean, a lot of fans read on social media that a lot of fans they get upset because of the way he, I don't know if you've seen his sideline antics, on the court, where he's yelling and screaming and maybe saying a couple of profanity words.
Right.
A lot of people don't like that. And I don't know if that's just a softer generation, but, like you said, you can't just go out and find these kids that want to be coached hard and want to, I guess, improve themselves like from a life aspect versus just on the basketball court.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's there's a big entitlement mentality right now in our culture, and folks like Frank Martin, Bob Huggins, they're not going to play that game, man. Bob Huggins would retire probably before he coaches that way.
Yeah,
now, he has mellowed out a lot from where he was, years ago, but he's still pretty hardcore. I mean, he still sticks to his principles. He still demands hard work. Loyal, demands respect and positive attitude, and he expects you to work hard and to do what you're supposed to do. And if you don't, it doesn't matter if you're the best player on the team and you're in the middle of the biggest game of the year, he will bench you behind in, and you won't play.
Yeah,
because I think those two guys are still two of those coaches out there who, and I'm sure there's a lot more of them too, but they're there not only to coach. They're there to mold young men.
Yeah, that's what society needs.
And I think I agree, and and I'm guilty of this as fans. We lose sight of that. We worry about the wins and the losses.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, they're molding young men to be grown men and to be able to succeed in life, to be good husbands, to be good fathers, to be good employees, to be good leaders, whatever. And that's a lost art, I believe. And I mean, that's what coaching is all about anyway, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You're a teacher of basketball or football or whatever the sport is.
Yeah.
And you're helping mold them into adults, because life's going to kick you in the teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And
life's going to come hard fast for these young guys if they ain't ready.
Absolutely. And somebody like Bob Huggins or Frank Martin can get them ready.
Yeah, you're a father,
Yep. Sure thing. I mean, I got a daughter getting ready to graduate high school.
Wow.
She's going to be learning here soon. That's all about, man.
Yep.
Real quick, and then I'll let you go. Just some brief thoughts on your new coach. Who is it, and your thoughts on him?
Well, they hired Lamont Paris right there out of UT Chattanooga from the SoCon. He was SoCon Coach of the Year. Turned that program around, and I think he was there 5 years, I believe it was. He inherited a bad program. It took him a couple years to get it back right, and then they won the SoCon tournament this year. So, and they actually made it to the NCAA tournament this year in his final year before he got the job at South Carolina, and actually come 1 point short of beating Illinois in the NCAA tournament. And but my thoughts on him is, I mean, he seems like a solid guy. in his introductory press conference, he said everything that's true about what a coach needs to be at South Carolina. He needs to be somebody that gets out there in the community, recruit the state of South Carolina hard, because they have a lot of talent in the state of South Carolina. We have a lot of people, a lot of players that slipped out of the state of South Carolina and went to other schools recently, like John Morant, Josiah Jordan James went to Tennessee. I mean, there's a lot of young talent. Seventh Woods, Zion Williamson. I mean, there's a lot of talent to come out of the state of South Carolina that Coach Martin and the previous staff before them all missed on. And, this new coach, Coach Paris, he needs to get out there in the community, get his name out there, get our brand out there, and try to recruit hard for the state of South Carolina. And then another thing he did in his introductory press conference is he said that he wanted to put somebody on staff that is very well known in the community, that knows a lot about the state of South Carolina, a former player perhaps, and he's already done that too. Last week he hired Kerry Rich, which is a well-known figure in the state of South Carolina. I think he run like the Columbia Parks and Recreations and stuff like that. He's well known in the AAU circuit in high school right around the state of South Carolina. He's well known by the coaches and the players in the state of South Carolina. And he also holds an annual South Carolina Pro-Am League during the summer. So, so far, I like the direction he's taking this program. He's doing what he said he's going to do from his introductory press conference. So,
well, step one of a new coach is to win the press conference, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it sounds like he did that.
To me, he did. I can't speak for all Gamecock fans because, like I said, when he first got hired, it was there's a lot of like, who is this guy? Why we didn't hire this guy? There's a lot of negativity surrounding his hiring. But I think the more he has done since he got hired, the more the Gamecocks fans are kind of coming on board, basically.
Good. That's good, because that's important. I mean, you've got to have the support of your fan base.
Yeah. And it don't hurt that your women's basketball coach promotes you during their national championship kind of welcome home party too as well. So
no, it doesn't hurt at all, does it?
Nope. So
that's awesome. And by the way, congrats on that women's national championship, man. That's a big deal.
Oh yeah, that was a little nerve-wracking, honestly. It's a little nerve-wracking.
I hear you.
But
yeah, UConn's a good team, man. Y'all beat a good team to get that ring.
Oh yeah. I was actually hoping it would be Stanford to get back on to get that revenge game from last year whenever they beat us in the Final Four. But
yeah,
it all worked out.
Well, the women's basketball program at South Carolina's definitely got a good thing going, man. Coach Staley's got it rolling.
She deserves every penny that she earns.
Absolutely, man.
Every penny.
No doubt. Well, listen, everybody go check Gamecock Chuck out on YouTube. He puts a lot of good Gamecock content, women's basketball, men's basketball, football. And, maybe I'm hoping to get you on again when we get closer to football season, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Talk a little bit about what Coach Beamer's got brewing over there. And so maybe we can do this again sometime.
Yes, sir.
And everybody at the bottom, like I said, I don't remember if I mentioned this earlier, but our Twitter handles are scrolling at the bottom. Go check us out on Twitter at Gamecock_Chuck, and I'm at Coos206. Subscribe to this channel, subscribe to Chuck's channel, and appreciate everybody tuning in.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Chuck.
Yes, sir.